I'm Helena. I'm 23 years old. When I was about 15, I started using Tumblr. I had an eating disorder since I was pretty young. There's a lot of messages that said, if you feel bad about your body, that means you're trans. I was just going through this period of like, I don't like how I'm treated as a cis person. I don't want to be cis because cis means you're uncool and you're privileged and you're an oppressor and you're bad, and I don't want to be that. In that way, I was really incentivized to try to figure out a way to make my voice heard.
Now, cis, just so we're clear, because she said cis means that you're cool and you're an oppressor and you're bad. It's wild how all those three things are all strung together. How you string together cool, oppressor, and bad. And then you say cis, and the only reason why I'm covering this because as of late I've learned that cis means heterosexual, right? At least that's what I know it to mean, cis, because they're changing the is that a pronoun? A pronoun or a new meaning for being a heterosexual. So now you're cis. All right.
To try to figure out a way to make my voice heard in these communities. And obviously I can't change my race. I can't really change my sexuality. So the only thing left was to start playing around with the gender stuff. So I decided to call myself a demi-girl, which is one of the 40 million genders. And that basically means that I'm mostly a girl, but I'm a little bit not a girl, which is just like, what does that even mean? And then after that, I went to demi-boy. And then after that, I went to gender fluid. And after that, I eventually went to trans boy. But all this took like 2 or 3 years of just going through this repetitive cycle of changing this identity and changing it again. And it was just never enough. There was a lot of hopelessness for a long time, a lot of regret. The feeling of regret was intense.
Okay, while this young lady was doing all this, where were your parents allowing you to go from wanting to do this and wanting to do that and wanting to do this now and wanting to do this? Are we really at a point where we're going to allow children to figure it out themselves at such an early age? Just go ahead. Like, if you feel this way today, then that's what you are. If you feel this way today, then that's what you are. That's reckless. That's, in my opinion, that's inappropriate. Who's the parent? And it's also confusing to someone whose brain is not even close to being fully developed. If I'm saying anything wrong, please do say whatever you want to say to me in the comments. It is what it is. I'm learning right now. I don't have a dog in the fight, be honest with you. I'm just trying to learn it all and see if I can make any contribution I can possibly make. Also, guys, if you like this style of content, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that next time we do post some content, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you.
It's a moving interview, and there's a lot more of it in the episode. Helena joins us on set now. Helena, thanks so much for coming on. There's something so sad about that. First of all, thank you for speaking up, because your voice does matter, I think, in this conversation. But you felt what every young woman I've ever met felt at a certain age, which is uncomfortable with yourself. And it feels like you were exploited at that moment of weakness.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you said, it's completely normal for not only young girls, but often young boys too, to feel uncomfortable with themselves, uncomfortable with their body. But we have this ideology that is especially prevalent online that says that if you have those feelings, that means you're trans. I mean, there are literally people who say if you don't even like your voice on a recording, that's a sign of gender dysphoria, and you need to go see a medical professional because you're trans.
Talk about taking advantage of people.
Wow.
So how do you, and this is all explained in greater depth in the documentary, but how do you feel now at 23 looking back on what happened?
I feel honestly grateful for the experience because it's taught me a lot about the world and about myself, but I really feel afraid for these other young girls like myself who they might not be. You know, I consider myself lucky that I was able to get out of it unscarred really medically, but there's so many young people who can't say the same. And psychologically as well. I mean, it's just devastating to, especially from a young age, be lied to by adults at school and by medical professionals and told that your body is wrong, you need to change it, you need to get hormones, you need to get surgeries. That's devastating for a young person.
Whoa, so is she saying that when a child express these feelings to an adult professional, the first options are they need to do whatever they have to do in order to see if it's real, so to speak. So if you're feeling like the opposite sex, then maybe you are. We need to try that. Let's try that, okay? You're not feeling that no more? Okay, then we'll go back. All right, you feeling like that today? Okay, well, let's go try it again. Is that what she's saying? If that's not what she's saying, please feel free to correct me because I'm trying to figure this thing out. And also, and I apologize if I wasn't paying attention like I was supposed to, but was she originally a boy or is was she a girl thinking about being a boy and was hoping to get some things done to fully become that? Or was born as a male and transitioned into I'm lost, man. This thing is confusing the hell out of me. It really is. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I fully understand what's going on. I honestly, this right here should be discussed amongst professionals and they should take this extremely seriously, understanding that people could be ruined psychologically, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in many different ways. They can be ruined if they roll the dice wrong, if they roll the dice too quick, too early in life before they have full understanding. This is serious, man. People need to stop playing games with this.
Wrong, you need to change it, you need to get hormones, you need to get surgeries. That's devastating for a young person. So I'm just really concerned for younger girls and boys like I once was,
Yes.
being led down this path and being hurt by it.
It's a failure of male leadership, of adult leadership, and it does seem like some of the steps are medically irreversible.
Absolutely. I mean, there's all sorts of, you know, the White House actually just put out a chart yesterday that says that some of these steps are reversible or partially reversible, but that's such an oversimplification of the truth. I mean, when you go on a cross-sex hormone, like that's going to give you not just physical changes, but psychological experiences that you can't just act like they never happened. You can't just take it back.
Yes.
And
that's right.
Especially with surgeries, you know, a breast implant after a mastectomy is not the same thing as never having your breast taken off in the first place. So there's a lot of young women who are going through that, who had a double mastectomy at 16, 17, 18 years old, or even younger, that happens, who, you know, there's nothing you can really do to put that feeling of oneness and safety in your body back.
Who in the world are allowing their 16-year-old to have a double mastectomy, get the breast cut off? Who's doing that? If cancer is not involved, no. If I sound cold, I apologize. I'm not trying to, but come on, man. We need to be a lot more sensible about this topic. A lot more,
it's
man.
just, it's
This is
heartbreaking.
crazy.
I hope people are hearing you with open minds, with tolerance. Are they?
There's a lot of people out there, especially parents, who are really thankful for what I'm saying because they see that their young girl or their young boy is going through this, and the school is telling them, you need to affirm them, they're trans, you need to transition them. All their doctors are telling them, you need to transition them. And these parents, they know that their child should not be having these cosmetic procedures. So there's a lot of parents who are really thankful. There are other young people who are really thankful that I'm saying what I'm saying, but obviously, you know, you have the trans activists and the trans community that exhibits some very unhealthy kind of cult-like dynamics who are really upset about
who
this.
are pissed off right now that you putting this information out there, because the fact that you're on this side right here, you're like, come on now. This is they okay, I got it. So this 23-year-old woman is regretting transitioning as a teen. So she started off as a boy, turned into a young lady, transitioned into a young lady, and now we're here. And when children tell their counselors at school that this is how I'm feeling, I feel like this, and this. My parents don't agree with it, but this is how I feel. Then the counselors or whoever the educators are and professionals at school, they encourage the parents to get it done. And so does the physician, the doctors and everybody. They're like, get it done. If this is what the child feels, you need to get it done. Please, you out your daggone mind, man.
So articulate and thoughtful at 23. It's it's remarkable.
Thank you.
People who have suffered like you have sometimes get deeper.
Yeah, you learn a lot. Like I said, I learned a lot.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're going to hear her full story and others of people like her who've been through this on Fox Nation in early May. It's one of a bunch of episodes we've been working on. Stay with us for more clips from season 2 of Tucker Carlson.
All right, so there you have it right there. I probably was all over the place in this video. If I was, I apologize. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this just like the rest of you are. If you have anything that you want to share with me, please drop that in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. You all have been amazing, man. Love y'all.